Hello, welcome back to Charlie's Last Chance to Beat Obesity.
I'm Charlie.
And I'm Mark, and in this video, Charlie and I are going to have a very frank and open conversation about why Charlie has just decided to go topless. And the reason for this is that Charles has just published a short video which reveals his body in all its glory as it currently is. So Charles, we've been talking about the idea of you doing a topless video on YouTube for some time. In fact, how long ago did we first talk about this idea?
Probably 13, 14 weeks ago when we first started the journey.
So we started talking about the idea of you doing a topless video right at the very beginning. Why has it taken 14 weeks for you to decide that you want to do it?
Because I find it incredibly hard. I find it incredibly embarrassing. I feel like deleting it right now because it's embarrassing. I'm ashamed of myself. I'm ashamed how I let my body get. I feel disgusting. I feel that people will look at it and think, how disgusting. But that is me, unfortunately.
Well, I don't go any further because I'm going to be quite strict on how we answer these questions, because I'm going to interject now and I want to just probe a little bit further on what you've just said. On a scale of 1 to 10, how embarrassed are you about your body?
10.
How disgusted with your body are you?
10.
Right. So how brave is it for you to do this on a scale of 1 to 10?
Well, given that friends and family are going to see it, I feel extremely embarrassed about it.
Right. The question was, how brave is it?
Well, I don't want to use the word brave because, bravery is for people that do amazing things. Taking my top off isn't brave, but for me, it's a massive thing to do.
Right. I wonder what generally people would think about that statement. I've got an opinion. What do you think, people who are watching this? So it's taken 14 weeks for you to make, in my opinion, an incredibly brave decision to do something which is very embarrassing by your own admission. Why have you decided to do it?
Because I think it's important that we show, what my body looks like underneath my clothes, so that other people can perhaps not feel as embarrassed about showing their bodies off, and just to show where we're starting from, and in a year's time, hopefully, be able to show again and it show a transformation.
So there's quite a few little points in that statement. Let's go back to the first thing that you said, that you want other people not to feel embarrassed about their bodies. Talk to me about that.
Well, if you've got social media or Instagram, you look at people on there and they've all got the perfect bodies and they all look amazing, and it's what we all aspire to. But real people aren't like that. Real people have bumps and lumps, and it's something that I just thought, if I show that, then maybe people will feel encouraged by that I know I'm one extreme, but there's no one out there that wouldn't be embarrassed about taking their clothes off in front of a camera, and I think it is a difficult thing for a lot of people to do. I mean, I love going swimming. I do. I love swimming. I love being in the water, but I'm just embarrassed to go. I'm embarrassed to go swimming. I'm embarrassed to go to the swimming pool. I'm embarrassed by the fact that some people, my friend Diane and friend Wesley have both commented on that little short that we did, and I'm embarrassed that they've seen me like that.
Yeah. So just to elaborate on what you've just said, Charles has already done a short video, and it will be running at the side of the screen. That went live yesterday, and we met up this morning, and you've told me that you want to explain why you've done it. So this is why we're making this video. And you're telling me now that a couple of people have commented.
Yeah, and I find that embarrassing. It's horrible.
Right, I haven't read those comments. Would you mind telling me what those comments were?
There were comments of encouragement, just, keep going, you can do it. But it's just, I just, I find it embarrassing.
Yeah.
It is, but yet, I suppose if I had a six pack and muscles, I wouldn't find it embarrassing. But I suppose that's about people's perception and what beauty is. And I'm not saying I'm beautiful, but
no. But do you think? Again, this is a leading question. Do you think it's normal to feel embarrassed?
yes.
Yeah. And I think it's normal for people to make encouraging comments about very nice people. So thanks to those people that you just mentioned. Now, you also mentioned in that statement about showing your body so that other people can feel more comfortable about theirs. So we've covered that. In the same statement, you also said something about in a few months we'll be able to show a transformation. Talk to me about what's behind that.
Well, just to hopefully show other people that, you can change your body and you can change the shape of your body. Now I'm going to be left with a lot of loose skin, and I'm going to be, once I've lost the weight that I need to lose. That was the crux last time, wasn't it, Mark? Once I'd lost the weight, I didn't have the finances in place to have proper surgery done, and then, I slipped back into old ways, and then you start putting weight back on, and that's when it becomes difficult,
So again, we've gone off on another, which I'm going to come back to you on. We've gone off on another point, which is very valid. But just going back to this transformation point, am I understanding correctly if I say that what you want to do is give people hope that they can start off where you are and get somewhere different?
I hope that, me taking my top off and my trousers will show people that, that they can, it's not too late. Hopefully in a year's time when we show more videos, people will be able to say, yeah, well, if Charlie can do it, I can do it too.
Yeah. So every one of your motives so far have been outside of you.
Yeah.
And are there any motives for doing this on YouTube, making your journey public, which are about you? And if the answer to that question is yes, why?
Well, I'm not after any sort of fame or anything like that through doing this. To me, the main reason for doing a YouTube channel is like I said before, when I did this morning, I was followed by the cameras, and that really encouraged me. It gave me some accountability. I didn't want to let people who were watching down. So the main motivation is to get more subscribers. By getting more subscribers, I've got more people encouraging me. By having more people encouraging me, then I'm going to stay on the straight and narrow and keep going. Of course there'll be bumps in the road, because that's life. Sometimes there are bumps in the road.
So there's a motive for you which doesn't detract from the motives that your selfless motives for other people.
No.
And that motive is accountability. So the question I'm going to ask you now is, we already had accountability before with the videos that we were already doing, and which were doing very well, and they're lovely videos. And actually, I think you're putting together a kind of a lesson in life in how to do this. But why now are we doing a topless one? What was wrong with the ones that we were doing before, and why are we now doing it? Does that give you more accountability?
Well, I think, with things that are to the extreme, like taking your top off, then it does gain attention. And by getting attention, we get more subscribers. By getting more subscribers, we get more people to see our content, because there's lots of content on YouTube. And I said to you the other day, I think our content's very good, what we do. I know for a fact that people have been coming up to me in the street and said, oh, we tried the fish pie, we tried the chili con carne, we've been following your advice, you come out with some great tips, it's fantastic, we're joining you on the journey. And, if we can do that, that is great, isn't it?
Yeah.
And I know, the more subscribers we get to a point where we start making a little bit of money on the videos.
Well, let's talk about that in a minute. Because again, that's another point which I want to come to. But you've just mentioned that by doing a topless one, it's no secret that people are curious when they see that image and it gets us attention, gets you attention, gets more subscribers. And your thought behind that then is the message that you're giving out goes to more people.
Yes.
So that's one of the reasons why you're doing a topless short video. Now, some people might level the accusation at you that this is clickbait. What do you think about that accusation?
Well, they might be right. Obviously, we want more people to click on the videos, we want more people to subscribe, and we want to get to the point where I've just said before, where we can monetize. And the point of making money on the videos is so that when I've lost the weight, I can then have some surgery done. I can do things that I couldn't afford to do last time, to make sure that I don't get back on that bad path again. So,
okay, that's honesty. What we're saying here is, yeah, it's clickbait, but it's clickbait, in my opinion, for all the right reasons. Now, you're doing this channel, you're doing this journey, and a lot of your motives are about other people. Some of them are about you, and this clickbait reason is for all the right reasons about you as well. And I'm going to lay my cards on the table now. I want Charles to do this channel because I've known Charles for 35 years, and Charles did incredibly well in losing 35 stone. But in my opinion, and I'm guilty of this, in a way you were left high and dry, because you got to the stage where you were 15 stone, but you still had a lot of loose skin. That will happen again, there's no doubt about it. When he gets down to 15 stone, he's going to have an apron of loose skin. Where does he go from there? He's going to need surgery. So I'll be honest with you, Charles, one of my motives for doing this, and it dovetails perfectly and it doesn't detract from all those other motives, is I want this channel to monetize and make you enough money to pay privately to have the surgery, so that we don't repeat history and end up with someone who is still mentally damaged by their self-image. Does that make sense?
absolutely. We all want to feel confident in taking our tops off. And I'm not saying that anyone that's overweight should be ashamed by that. They shouldn't, absolutely not. It's not a criminal offence. But when I got to 13.5 stone, which is what I
I said 15 and you got to 13.
I got to 13.5 stone. I was actually a slim weight in terms of my weight, but when I took my clothes off, it was not a pretty sight. So, there might be people that, enjoy the bigger body and big is beautiful and things like that. But I was neither big nor toned. It was just
not happy, actually,
and very unhappy.
Yeah. So I'm just going to sort of do a mini summary, right? We've explored the reasons why you've done a topless short video. We've also explored the reasons why you've done YouTube, and there's lots of reasons, including accountability and helping other people. But I mean, my bottom line, I'm going to be perfectly honest with you, I want you to make a lot of money out of this, and in my opinion that does not detract from all those other wonderful motives. So it is clickbait, in my opinion, for all the right reasons, because we want to draw attention to your plight. We want people to subscribe. We need to get 1,000 subscribers, 4,000 watch hours, and then we need a lot of views on his videos for him to make money. I know this because I have a gardening channel on YouTube and I make money out of it. So all these little motives, whether they be selfless or selfish, dovetail, work together symbiotically. And I don't have a problem with it, actually. So I hope that these topless videos do incredibly well. I saw one on YouTube where it had 2 million views, and that can happen overnight. So that's my motive. People might think I'm being mercenary. I am, for you. Right. So how are you feeling now that there's a topless video of you out there on YouTube?
I mean, I'm still feel embarrassed and ashamed by it, and it makes me feel a little sick inside, really. And
Right.
I don't know why I've done it, really. But we've obviously said why I've done it.
So you feel embarrassed and sick inside. Has having this conversation and putting the reasons, the motives behind it out there to your friends and subscribers, has that made you feel any better about it? That's a leading question.
Well, absolutely, and I hope people.
In what ways has it made you feel better?
Well, because I've explained myself. Well,
right. Can I now ask people out there who've watched this? Thank you for watching. To tell Charlie what you think about it. That's the end of that question. My next question is, what can we do to make you feel better about it?
Give me my clothes back.
Rolling the dice forward, rolling the film forward.
Yeah.
In the future, I would like to keep that on file. But in 6 to 12 months, when you're down to a slim weight, as you call it, we'll do another video.
Yeah.
And we will use that, in my hope, we will use that to lobby either your GP or something. We'll use it to lobby to get people who are in that situation, who've put things right after years of issues, to get some help and support. Because there can be no good coming out of you going back on the food.
Yeah.
And if it happens for you, it's going to happen for millions of people.
Yeah.
And the cost on the NHS must be more, keep putting that right, than just solving it in one fell swoop by giving you surgery.
Yeah.
Have you got anything more to say about this subject matter of doing a topless video?
No, I don't think so. Just, thank you very much for the encouragement from the people we've had so far. And, I hope people understand why I've done it and, not feel as embarrassed about it as I feel.
Yeah. Okay, I'll put all the reasons that we've just discussed in the description box below this video. If you've got any ideas on how you can help, or we can help Charlie, you are doing a lot already. I know him very well, and he tells me every day how encouraged he is. And the fact that he's still on track after 14, 15 weeks and has lost now nearly 50 pounds in that period of time. And the fact that his pain levels have gone in his knees to zero, virtually. Your back's still a bit of a problem, but everything is improving. But any more ideas on how I'm working towards with Charles this idea of how we're going to solve that next problem. Solution focused on the next problem, which is the loose skin. Thinking ahead.
Thank you very much. Thanks for watching, and keep commenting, hit the notification bell, and don't forget to subscribe. Thank you. Bye-bye.